Hey, good evening. I'm really happy to have you here. My name is Daniel. I was a professional opera singer and beatboxer, and tonight we're going to be listening to Dan Vasc perform Adele's song Rolling in the Deep, featuring Biggie Panrath. So this was a donation request from Elaine Cherry. She donated directly to my PayPal, and I deeply appreciate that, so thank you so much, Elaine. I have heard a few of Adele's things, this being one of them. I dig the song, I dig the vibes. I'm really excited to hear how Dan covers this. I never really considered this song to be metal-fied. But I don't know what to expect from this. But, you know, with the exception of just awesomeness. I think this is going to be a really cool time. Like I mentioned, I don't know what to expect. So if you guys would like to submit your own requests, you can either write a message and donate to my PayPal or my Venmo, or you guys can join my Patreon. All of those links are in the description below. And yeah, let's just jump into it. Oh, just that guitar line was so legato, or very smooth and fluid in its phrasing. Like, let's just listen to that again. Oh, yeah. And I love the fact that Dan starts off with this very smooth, kind of mezzo piano, mezzo forte, medium soft, medium loud dynamic, or somewhere in that range of volume. And his voice is just very full here. Raging fire. It's not coarse in its texture. It's not gritty. It's not the first thing that I'm sure most of us would think of when we think of heavy metal. And I think that actually adds a tremendous lift to the piece itself, having that contrast where everything isn't just this coarse, intense texture, but just having this very big, open, almost operatic sound where it's just full and it fills the space and it allows so much more room to grow and have further contrast within the piece. That is freaking awesome.
Finally, I can see you crystal clear.
Oh, Crystal. Just the way that he touches upon Crystal and tapers it out. Like, let's listen to that again and hear how good that just fit within the cadence. Oh.
Finally, I can see you crystal clear.
Oh.
Go ahead and sell me out and I'll lay your shit bare. See how
Oh, yeah.
every piece of you. Don't underestimate the things that I would do.
He's doing an incredible job in this section here. And this is probably more challenging in the long run. Like, more challenging than the beginning of just this bigger, more open sound versus later on where we just get the more consistent intensity in his textures and in his voice itself. But here, he has this really nice mix of both, where he starts the phrases in that coarseness texture or in that kind of sound, and he transitions back into this more full sound again. And he's transitioning between them so seamlessly. Listen to how great this is, actually.
Your shit bare. See how I live with every piece of you. Don't underestimate the things that I would do.
Yeah.
There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching her favorite pitch and it's bringing me out the dark.
Yeah.
The sky.
And his vibrato is just so lovely. It's so smooth, consistent. And it comes from the breath. It's not coming from the jaw. It's all really strong breath support. Yeah.
So your love remind me of us. They keep me thinking that we almost had it all. The scars of your love, they leave me breathless. I can't help feeling we could have had it all.
Oh, what a great belt here. And it's so smooth. Woo! I don't know if rolling in the deep, those background vocals were in the original, but I'm just now hearing that and oh my gosh, that is really awesome. I love the intensity that that brings to the piece. I'm sorry I'm pausing so much in this section, but just the way that he didn't fully bite down on that vowel for inside. He did go to the bright E vowel, but he didn't over dramatize it. He just created the vowel, but still had so much space. Like, let me try to pause it on his mouth shape here. Yeah, he had so much space in his mouth, and then brightened the vowel and immediately clipped on the D at the end, just so it didn't become too bright or too closed of a vowel. He still kept a lot of that open space to create this very big sound, and I really, really dig that and respect that. That's really, really tough to do on very closed and bright vowels like E. Yeah! Oh! Oh! Baby! Just starting off the new verse with something so powerful and raw, but knowing that he still has so much control because we trust him to have this control, which is a good decision to make because he absolutely maintains it throughout the entirety of the piece. And it's just so mesmerizing, dude. That's exactly, at this point in the song, what I want to feel. That raw intensity, but still feeling like you can trust it and flow with it and just have Dan guide you through the piece. It's just so great. Just his dynamic control is so good too. Think of me. Just that crescendo, decrescendo into that beautiful taper. Think of how great this is, guys. Oh! Oh, and this line, it's da-da-da-da-da. These arpeggios are just so hypnotic while we listen to Dan's actual waves being generated from this momentum. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love that cutoff. Head! Yeah. So much of this chorus is belting, but just in that little moment where he had just in his head voice, just listen to how different it is from his belt into his head voice. Belt. Belt. Head voice. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, and then back to this really big, operatic, full energy. Love the fact we transitioned back to this.
open door. Yeah. Count your blessings to find what you look for.
Oh, and the background vocals so commanding, gives you chills, and the guitar line coming in so powerful, so good. Oh, all of these elements just layering on top of each other to create this immensely hypnotic and gorgeous sensation.
Door. Count your blessings to find what you look for.
Oh my gosh, I love the way that he attacked that. And that slide. Just that push up into there. Oh my gosh. And that fall off. This guitar line, dude, it's so smooth. He's just flowing with it. Yeah! Woo! Oh, yeah! Oh my gosh, the secondary line just shooting to the stratosphere here, dude. It is so hard harmonizing, just in general, but especially with yourself, because, one, you need to match their dynamic. If you're too powerful or too soft, it is very easy for one note of the harmony to be completely dominating over the other and have the other just not fully round out the harmony itself. The second is to have the right vowel shape, not just inside of your mouth, but outside of your mouth as well. And the language of German is a really great example of this as well, because you might have the sound of Ü, for example, where you have an E vowel inside but U lips to pronounce a particular vowel with an umlaut over it. So, which is just two dots over the vowel. So the idea of that ultimately being to create the same space inside of your mouth, the same tongue position, and the same lip shape to produce the exact same sound in the vowel, to make sure you're creating the exact same dynamic in the volume, to make sure that the textures in your voices are also the same. Because if you have one who has that really coarse texture versus this very open texture, it's not going to harmonize as well. And it's really critical that when you are performing these types of harmonies, that all of these things are matching. Otherwise, the harmony itself will be modeled and merged. And Dan is just doing such an exceptional job harmonizing with himself on this track, especially at this incredible belt that he's committing to, and it's just so mesmerizing, man. Ah! Ah. Yeah. So the only minor criticism I have is I wish he decrescendoed each "you played it." You played it, you played it, you played it. Like, I understand why he didn't, so that T at the end can have a lot more impact. But it doesn't even have to be a decrescendo, but do something with it. Because repeating the same thing over and over again, I feel needs to have a more significant purpose. Because you wouldn't just go over to somebody and say, you played it, you played it, you played it, in the exact same way every single time. There needs to be some inflection in the voice. You played it, you played it, you played it! Like, if you were really excited for your friend who just performed a piece that you know they were struggling with for years, and they just played it perfectly in front of a massive audience with a lot of great opportunity for the future. Then you go over to him or her and you said, you played it. You played it. You played it. Like, there's so much energy happening that every single time you repeat it, there's a different inflection in the voice that adds more contrast to the energy. Like, there's a new emotion charging the repetitive phrase. But it's not, you played it, you played it, you played it. Even though you could do that, it's just not something that feels very real to me. And music is a very real experience, at least with how I experience it. So I don't know. I would have liked either a different dynamic or maybe a different contrast in the voice or just something a little bit different at the end there. But I understand why he kept it consistent for that T at the end, which I think was a really excellent choice, ending the piece very strong like that. But just, like, let's just listen to this again.
But you played it, you played it, you played it, you played it to the beat.
Yeah. It could also just be in the fact that this is now our time to breathe after everything we just experienced. So he wants to keep things a little bit more consistent and stable while we catch our breath and just let the piece finish. Where I completely understand that, and I actually get that viewpoint a lot more than constantly adding something new to it. But overall, I think this was so freaking amazing. I am dumbfounded by how great this was. Just so good, man. Like, the vocals, excellent. The instruments, excellent. The track, excellent. Just all of the layering, the flow, the groove, just everything worked so well. It was just such a good experience. And he transposed and arranged this piece so well. And everything just worked. It really did. I just dig this so much. This was such a good piece. He did such a great job with it. Dan, brother, amazing job, man. I really dig this. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. If y'all liked it, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And if you didn't like it, please leave a dislike and let me know why in the comments below. I do read all of the comments, even if I may not have to reply to all of them, so please know that your comments do not go unnoticed. I want to thank you again, Elaine Cherry, for recommending this video and donating to my PayPal. And if you guys would like not only early access to all of my music videos, but the full reaction analysis to all of my videos, you can join me on my Patreon at my lowest tier, and my upper tiers also include Patreon exclusive videos featuring Pentatonics, voice play, Jeff Castellucci, and I'm going to have much more on there as well. And I'd absolutely love it if you guys join me on my highest tier of Patreon as well, where I not only have all of my music videos and everything from the other two tiers on it, but you'll also get personalized shout outs at the end of all of my videos. I'm going to have bonus content on top of all of the other content I'm doing, so we can have more time together and have a really great time doing other things as well. And that's also where I'm going to put all of my vocal content and beatboxing content when my set is actually built and finished. So thank you guys so much for being here. I can't express my gratitude enough for you being here. It really does mean a lot to me, so thank you. And I can't wait to see all of you in the next video. Have a great rest of your evening, everyone.